All right, guys, we got there in the end. Okay, going through the day, guys, we've got quite a lot of things to go through, lots of different bits and pieces that are happening and coming on. Okay, obviously, I've asked Mark to come along today because we've been waiting to obviously announce it, but the use cases for IPX is we've pretty much, well, we're ready to announce it, let's put it that way, and ready to give IPX the use case, obviously, that everybody's wanted for quite a while. So before we do, obviously this is a Q&A as well, guys, so any questions that you have whilst going through this about either Eureka or Impulse X, which can include anything to do with Polaris Systems or anything to do with Impulse or co-owned, etc., etc. Ask away your questions because we are here to answer them. Okay. Before I go in actually into too much details regarding Eureka and the stuff I've got to say on Eureka, Mark, would you like to go into very briefly about the right, Mark, would you like to go in? Sorry, I could just see already I've got some questions coming up. I'm struggling to multitask nowadays. Right, Mark, do you want to go through, mate? Do you want to give a little brief introduction into IPX and the new use case for it? And then I will cover it from the technical aspect, because obviously we as the technical team will be building it as well. And obviously I'll go into more the crypto side basing of it as well.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Darren. What we have been discussing and what we will introduce is a model based on die maker, DeFi. I don't know how you pronounce it in English, but Darren should know it. And IPX will be will have its use case, like many are asking for a long time. What we will do with the remaining IPX that are on the market, because we know that that a lot of people are holding IPX on Eureka X and also in external wallets. What we will do is a token sale for the remaining tokens that are out there. How are we going to do this? What amounts? What prices will be announced yet? But this is without being in great detail what it's all about. The technical aspects is something that Darren knows about, that I still have to learn a little bit about, to be honest. So I hope Darren can shine a light on that one. So yeah, Darren, please go ahead.
All right, great. All right, so yeah, guys, for anybody that doesn't know what DeFi is, it is decentralized finance. Okay, what it is essentially, it does loans through cryptocurrency, of which is done through smart contracts. Okay, so there's no middle person, there's not even really any trust element or anything like that. It is done through smart contracts, and obviously the smart contract therefore monitors the amount so that people can actually use cryptocurrency as collateral, and then they will be able to take that as collateral and receive. Now, obviously, based on the die to make the model, you got three tokens / coins that essentially come into this model. You have DAI, which is a stable token, which is something that we've discussed and wanted to do over the Eureka blockchain for quite a while anyway. So the stable token is obviously, that's what the finance goes in. Then you've got Impulse, of which will become like the maker, which is the governing, token, or let's say the governing crypto of the DeFi project. Of course, for Eureka as well, it's a benefit because Eureka can be used as collateral within it as well. So pretty much replacing like the Ethereum within the die maker setup over there as well. So it's good for all projects. In particular, it gives Impulse a very, very, very strong use case. Obviously, it becomes the center of the DeFi world. We are moving into a very DeFi world, I think. So in that element, it gives it a use case and an incredible store of value really in itself, because obviously the interest and everything that's earned of it goes over to supporting into Impulse. Okay, so whether that's shared as any forms of dividends or whether that's shared as buyback and burn, however that is worked, it is of is a very, very strong arm of which has the potential to obviously generate a lot going through. I went through a mock as well. The reason for the token sale is just to use obviously the remaining tokens to try and build the supply further, and also because once that supply is in existence, it can only ever go backwards. Okay, so it's to use that and obviously to just gain more strength behind it, of which will also obviously back the entirety of the Impulse model as well, of which in itself backs back to the token. Everything comes back to the token. So yeah, it's all done through smart contracts. Very, very simple. It is very user friendly, and ultimately for people that can't or maybe can't get finance elsewhere or things like this, it really supports them too. And obviously, like I said, it is based on collateral as well. So you for people that are familiar maybe with like the Nexo model and things like that as well, it will have certain aspects of the Nexo model as well where the collateral obviously is based on it too. So the model can never actually collapse because of the collateral that's there. Okay, so if obviously it comes down where the collateral falls below par, then obviously that shuts off the contract at that point. So, and naturally, if it goes the other way as well, Eureka being a store of value obviously will be actively there as a collateral too, but ultimately it will be Impulse X's model and use case, and it just adds the benefits of another use case for ERK, but also the stable token as well. Okay, so the stable token running through actually being backed by that will be very, very strong in its own right. I will allow for questions just off of that small aspect, which isn't really that small at all. But yeah, I allow questions off of that part. Okay, so we will go through and try and answer them specifically. Of course, if you have questions even about this part as we go further on, feel free to answer them. From Danny O'Donnell, hello from Vietnam. Once you build the sidechain, and I know it's a massive undertaking, that it definitely is it easily reproducible for other customers? Yes. So yeah, the basic idea of it is that it's going to be ultra user friendly, that people will just be able to, the idea is that people will even be able to say to us, you know, we want one of these, and we'll be able to say, okay, fantastic, bish bash bosh. Okay, so that it's very, very simply laid out, that it's let's say the idea of it is that is to be the equivalence of creating a token now on our blockchain. Okay, so simple for anybody who has technical knowledge. You will always need a level of technical knowledge, but not needing like a full programming team for months to be able to go through and do like what you would need to do to actually create a blockchain. How do you plan to make IPX token sell, as there is already IPX being sold on Eureka X and there's no buyers? Well, because of obviously the token sell, we will have to see, because with the token sell and obviously the aspects of the pricing and different pieces like that, whether IPX will remain on Eureka X currently, or whether it will go into a token sell phase, of which will then come out of it and then be relisted naturally, and going on to other exchanges and et cetera as well. Obviously, one of the main benefits of actually doing a token sell is that it will raise funds naturally to be able to be listed on not that EurecaX isn't the best exchange in the world, because it is, yeah, but it will be able to go and list on other exchanges and start its journey in its direction that way as well. So the answer, I would say, Mark, if you've got anything to add to that, then obviously by all means do. But I think ultimately it's yes, it's taking half a step back, but it takes half a step back to take 5 to 10 steps forward.
Yeah, for me, that is the only thing we can do is to obviously delist, then do a token sale, and then list it again, and also use these funds to list on other exchanges as well, because that's a massive cost in its own to be listed on other exchanges. So yeah.
Mark, I heard that the owners of EurecaX are quite flexible for.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
I heard the same.
they're quite flexible for delisting and listing. So
Yeah.
So that way, be a problem. So what about the IPX that we already own? You hold on to it. The main purpose of this, guys, and the main reason that I think they're saying it as well, is that actually running forward as a DeFi project based on the supply, of which obviously will be based on sales, the value of which that would actually be raised, I think it would be able to go to a token sale at a higher price, quite considerably, than what it is currently on the market. Therefore, it's not because it's going to have considerable extra value. Yes, obviously there is the thing of it not having that market there directly straight away. However, I think that the difference in the value that it will actually bring will be quite phenomenal. Being a DeFi project, naturally there's a lot of excitement around DeFi, and it's a great big push too. So yeah, I think it's a win-win all round. Like you just commented there for the anonymous attendee, it doesn't have a lot of volume right now, and it doesn't have a lot of buyers right now. Okay, that's granted. So if I'm completely honest, if I'm saying it from my side, so I'm not a complete outsider, but I'm not a complete insider too. So I'm going to give you from my opinion, a fair idea is that I don't think that it's going to cause any negative effect. I think that yes, it will cause a small delay, but I think that small delay will actually propel the project massively in comparison. So yeah.
I agree.
By the way, do we already know daily volume of EurecaX? We asked for some kind of count on time yet, where we're kind of left in the dark about that. For EurecaX, the volume naturally is not that high right now. However, I am actually going to go on and talk about EurecaX after this, and some of the things that we are going to be doing with EurecaX, and we do have, of which will lead to, which the whole purpose of, shall I say, really is so that everything can be tracked and seen. What happens for current IPX model? Do you mean it will be converted token of another blockchain than Eureka? No, absolutely not. Okay, so it will remain within the Eureka ecosystem. So and the IPX token as you hold now. So if you hold your token on the exchange, that will be fine. You won't need to remove anything from the exchange. It just won't have the markets open for it during either ICO or either a token sale or the IEO. So if you already hold it, like obviously you're saying that you already hold some either in the wallet or in the exchange, and that you just hold on to it. It's there. From that point forwards, obviously, yes, the best thing that you can do is to support the project is by naturally going and sharing it and helping publicize the project. But other than that, you don't actually need to do anything. If you just hold on to it, then pretty much the work and everything that's being done to it is being done for you, that will give it a great big value. Nothing, it's really, really important as well to stress upon this point as well. Nothing is being taken away from it. It will still be supported by the passive systems, still supported by the bots, still supported by all of the other aspects and things that I know me and Mark have been speaking about as well. I know a lot of the plans and things for the longer term as well. So nothing is being removed from it. It is literally, there is an opportunity here to really, really, really strengthen the project. It's gone from a token that naturally was taken on to try and support a community, to now becoming a token that really is a DeFi project across that blockchain. The only one, obviously, to start with. It's got to have the stable token as well, obviously running with it, and all of the different business and passive aspects and everything else that goes with it. It has the potential to really, really become a top contender. And pretty much anything that comes through in that token sale is just going to be there to speed up the process. I would say that's probably the easiest and most clinically direct overview that I can give for it.
We
okay,
have. So during the delisting, what will happen to our coins, IPX, and also if I have 1 million IPX, when it remains the same? Yeah, that's what you just answered.
Yeah. Okay, we have 600 million supply. Are we doing ICO? Yeah, so whatever is left over basically is what will go up as the maximum for the ICO.
Mm-hmm.
What's the current circulating supply of IPX? How many were given as staking rewards? We started with around 200 million. I think that means I think.
Current circulating supply, yeah, is about 500 million, 600 million. I have to check, but yeah, around that figure. So
Yeah.
we're going to do a token sale for the rest remaining of the tokens. And maybe Darren, you should mention how in the whole DeFi project, how IPX will gain its value. Well, what is the technical aspect behind it?
Yeah. Okay. So obviously within the project in itself as well, the main thing is that obviously all of the fees and everything like that coming off of the loans, all of that comes across, all of that goes to the IPX holders. Also, there will be aspects of collateral. There will be aspects of what people obviously receiving is in the token, but then for that there's a lot of converting that happens between that and IPX, which in itself will bring volume, which is probably just as important as buying power. Really, is to have the liquidity. So there's constant buying back and forth, which really is where I would say the use case comes in. I would say pretty much that would be the main part aspect of use case. For value, it's definitely obviously in the interest. All of the interest and everything that comes off of it all goes across to the holders. So yeah, and then naturally having the stable token as well, again, it builds volume. And to be honest with you, I think possibly those two things are fundamentally extremely important, but I think that something maybe even more important is the exposure that DeFi currently brings. And yeah, I think that it has the potential to really reach out to what is an ever-growing community for DeFi, and to really be able to give a DeFi project that isn't just going to pull the rug, so to speak, something that is actually built for the very, very long term, and that pretty much it just runs like a standard business, but over the blockchain, and having and being able to help everybody.
Terry has a question. When do you launch this new project?
probably Christmas Day. For no, I'm joking. Not even I'm that crazy. Okay, for when we were launched the project, I would say going through putting the token cell and everything like that together, preparing it, getting all of the presentation decks, etc., etc. The reason I say Christmas Day is because that's probably, give or take, not a bad, wouldn't be a bad date to actually set as an expectation. If it can be done before, i.e. probably by the 20th, then yeah. If not, then it would be after Christmas. There's nothing, possibly nothing worse than doing doing a launch at Christmas. I can tell you whenever anything launches, we don't really get much sleep anyway. So Christmas probably. Then again, with having kids, Christmas you don't really sleep that much anyway. You get woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it might be a
Yeah,
good thing. Yeah.
well, your wife will like that.
I missed your words on the lag on my side. Did you say the unsold is burnt? No, not currently. The unsold is what would be used to be sold. So where do we plan to market the ICO? As currently the market is too low for IPX and it is at 2 to 3 sats, and in ICO it would be possibly be in cents. Any thoughts? Yeah, absolutely, it will be in cents. The ICO will naturally, obviously, through the community and everything like that. IPX actually has a big, strong community. It's got some strong marketers and everything in it. And that community, especially with the passive element, is constantly growing as well. So I would say one of the main things is that it will have a very, very strong referral program, which will be multiple layers and levels. So I can say that from some of the token sales as well, I've seen and picked up obviously quite a lot, but I'm sure that once it's kickstarting as well, then doing advertisements, Google, Twitter, Facebook, etc., as well as various different as well as various different news outlets and things like that obviously be able to hit too. Getting out there and getting that exposure to start that spark, I don't see it being a problem. And realistically, the cost that it will actually be per token in comparison for most DeFi projects, like it's going to be like ground entry. It's going to be like much better than even a lot of the ones that ain't real. And we can do that and justify that in a real strong way that really will propel it forward. I mean, unsold from the token sale. Yeah, anything unsold from the token sale, that's it. It will that will be that. Also, congratulations on almost 300,000 collected on the passive system, Mark.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we're going strong. It's progressing nicely. We have some nice leaders in, so from various countries around the world. So yeah, it's going well. So thank you very much, Andrew.
wouldn't there be a massive dump when IPX lists again, as most of the coins are being held by people that bought at 3 to 4 sats? Right. No. There will be some people, absolutely no doubt, that will go and try and sell, and it amazes me the thought process that some people must put into crypto before buying it, let alone when trying to come and sell it. But for people that buy now, yes, obviously there will be sell opportunities on the other side. However, if you've got a project of which is free flowing, it's up, it's running, it's doing advertising, it's obviously got a DeFi project which is very much in the spirit, it's very much in the technical advancements, it's very much what everybody wants right now. Are you going to sell it to make profit when realistically from the other side of the token sale there's even more profit than what there is from this side of it? That's the ultimate question. If you are willing to sell, then somebody is going to be willing to buy to make those profits too. And And remember, the whole point of it obviously is to be able to get it out to the big community. So ultimately, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I really don't think so. When Eureka debit card, any updates? ERK price, ERK nowadays price falling. Well, I will cover that in a second. I just want to finish off the questions for IPX. Okay, so if anybody has any questions for IPX left, then go for it. And then I'm going to jump over. First of all, I'm going to talk about Eureka X, and I will cover this question alongside that too. Five, four, three, two, one. All right.
No questions.
Very impressed by the use case. Excellent. All right, brilliant.
Okay, thanks.
Guys, actually, for everybody that's watching, if you like what you just heard, actually comment now. Just say, yes, I like that, or say, I think it's really good, or say, I think that you're absolutely crazy, or say, I think you're nuts. Tell us actually as to how you're thinking about what was just said and what was just said and what was saying. And be honest, like if you think it's not a good idea, give us your reasons why you're crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't like the idea, then obviously give why. Crazy in a positive way. I love that. Yeah, if you don't like it, give reasons why. Obviously, justify it with a follow up, so that because all information is good information. Brilliant. Well done. Thanks, fellas. That's fast. Great that finally there is an interesting use case for APX. It's been dead silent there for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree. In preparation of this.
Yeah. You see, it's amazing what we can be doing behind the scenes. Betting site, I'll come to that in a second when I cover Eureka. Will you put the details in a white paper? Absolutely. It will have a full white paper, presentation decks, everything like that made for it. What will current token holders get from this? They'll be holding a token that will be of that will be backed by an extremely strong project. Not that it's not already really, but it will have a very strong use case. The token in itself will have a lot more value than what it currently does. That's the best way to answer the question, I think.
Yeah.
Will you put details on white paper? Yeah. Will you use the decks for this? I might have to get the decks out for a little bit. Yeah, the decks is something I will actually talk about that anyway, maybe. But the decks is something that would be able to be connected up to it quite easily. We'll have to see. The honest answer regarding the DEX is that the DEX is there, it's waiting, it's ready, it's hidden in the background. The thing is the market ready for the DEX? That's the ultimate question. And I'm going to obviously cover Eureka X as well. So I'm going to cover some of the stuff that we're doing with the centralized stuff to cover that too. Didn't know you were into music. Yeah, absolutely. Although me playing decks, you probably don't want to hear that track. All right. Okay, let's switch over. Okay, so something else, obviously Mark's involved in it anyway, so we'll carry on through this part. Is Eureka X. Before I do, actually, I will answer these cards. When Eureka debit card, any new updates? Okay, so for Eureka debit card, yes, we're still talking to a number of companies. Yes, we've pretty much already got several green lights, which we can go for. But for the Eureka debit card, obviously, the Eureka debit card, in terms of actually being used for Eureka, every product, every service has a good time to launch. For Eureka right now, Eureka's it's not the best time to release it for Eureka. Remember, obviously, when I've said it right away from the beginning with regards to the card, it's been to make a convenient service, essentially. So Eureka wasn't planned from the beginning to be actually sold through the card. It would be BTC, etc., etc., etc. It's a very, very competitive market to go into. The idea is just to give convenience to our users. The honest answer is that the amount of time that it will take in running and management of everything will not be of greater benefit as a lot of the other stuff that we are currently doing, is the honest answer. So yes, we have deals in place. Yes, we can obviously white label. Yes, it's all there and ready to go. But putting all of the resources into it right now, or putting all of the resources that would be required into it right now, would probably not be that justified in comparison to what else we have planned. How are you getting on with the betting site? Wait, betting site is betting site close. It says close. Right, okay. Betting site close. Yes, the betting site is very, very close. There are a couple of things which the developers have hit roadblocks on with it. Obviously, that is why the delay. So I can't tell you how long it will be because it's something that pretty much hasn't really been done before. Especially, it definitely hasn't been done before over the Eureka blockchain or any blockchain of equal compatibility, let's say. So yes, it's there. It's development of it has gone really, really well. It's just hit a little bit of a roadblock, and the roadblock of which that it's hit is the to do with the wallets and the linking directly of the website with the smart contracts. Information being fed one way but not being fed backwards, and that's basically it. As soon as that's done, it will be ready to go. We will see best way to take that to the market at that given time. But obviously, as you know, for the minute, our focus has largely been on community growth anyway. I'll cover that when I go through the next part on the exchange. Okay, well, you want to answer it? I don't know, mate. It's all right.
What's the question?
Yeah, don't worry. I know what you've done. So when you were marking it, it came up with a message to me saying, Mark would like to answer this one live. You caught me out. All right. So yeah, that's the thing for them. Yes, the betting site is very, very close. As soon as I get confirmation that pretty much that hurdle has been removed, for anybody that knows me and the team, we do not go around hurdles. We do not try and we do not run away from hurdles. We just keep trying to jump it until finally we get over it. And that's pretty much our work ethic. So yes, the betting site is definitely on the way. Everything's as planned, as so to speak, with the exception of, yes, there is a small, well, I say small, there is a bump in the road of which needs to be flattened. As soon as that is, then obviously I will make relevant updates regarding that specifically. Eureka X. Okay. Eureka X. All right, we put in multiple order books. Worked really, really well. Cut a long story short, didn't have big enough community at the time of which to really make the best use out of it, and the community that we do have that surround it, we're not actively trading, let's say, with it, arbitrage, etc. And thus it wasn't as beneficial as what it could have been at this present time. That is not to say never. Leading on from that though, and something that we have noticed from that, of which has caused great of which realistically I would say has held back the exchange quite a lot, and that is that in order to be an exchange realistically pushing into the market, you got to be on CoinMarketCap. Having the multiple order books is something that we had a good conversation with CoinMarketCap on numerous times. CoinMarketCap were very supportive. CoinMarketCap were in agreement that we would be able to be listed and that it would show our volume from what came through on our exchange. Unfortunately, after that, no given parties, but somebody bought CoinMarketCap, and CoinMarketCap changed their rules, because obviously one of the exchanges that we have may well be that person that bought my CoinMarketCap, and therefore they didn't like the idea of it showing their thing. So yeah, to actually list with other order books into it is pretty much a no-go. So what do we do from this position? We know that we need to get onto CoinMarketCap so that we can really rally up into the top, and that we would be able to get the exposure and things noticed. I, as the founder of Eureka X, I get probably about 10 to 12 requests a day from people discussing about the exchange, discussing about potential listings, discussing about blockchain, etc., etc. The conversion rate is very low, as you obviously can tell, with regards to paid, and obviously we don't want to keep putting up free ones, because disregarding the fact of its cost or anything like that, a lot of them end up without any volume. So for us, it's in doing it in that way, because the first thing that everybody wants to know, where are you on CoinMarketCap? Can you send me the CoinMarketCap link? Can you send me the CoinGecko link? Can I see this? I want to see where you are ranked. Where are you in the rankings? Where are you in the rankings, etc., etc., etc. So because of this, okay, we are pushing forward, but in a positive way. Okay, so a lot of the work, obviously, that we've done in the background has really helped us to notice some things. And I've been speaking with a few other exchanges. I know obviously a lot of exchange owners, and I get to see the inside as to what some of them do. We will be removing the order books. This is not going to happen straight away. Okay, I'm just letting you know what the still short term, but over probably in the next couple of months, what the idea is. Okay, so we will be removing the order books from the exchange. However, liquidity is extremely important. Obviously, we will change our tagline for being the highest liquidity exchange, but liquidity ultimately is extremely important. So what we will do is that we will have bots that are connected from our exchange that will go to CoinMarket, that will go to Binance, that will go to OKX, that will go to BTC, Bittrex, whatever, here, there, and everywhere. Okay, and they will trigger the trade. So if there is a trade that happens, so if you come along and you put in a trade, whenever that reaches at market value of any of those exchanges, it will trigger the trade automatically in an arbitrage style. What that ultimately does, okay, so it allows for the order book still to fill up. It will be our own order books with all orders on it from our own exchange. This means that we're able to go on CoinMarketCap. It means that we're able to go on CoinGecko. It means we can go here, there, and everywhere as an exchange. We can get listed quite easily. Then it means that we can then progress forward. Obviously, volume building, liquidity building, ratings building, etc., etc., etc. We can really take it towards the top. From that aspect, though, we have on every trade, obviously, it would be doing arbitrage. Now, when I say arbitrage, it's not looking for a big difference. I'm using that as the best way to actually say it's not arbitrage, but a liquidity. Okay, but not like a cheating liquidity bot. It's a liquidity bot that if you was to go and put a sell price now, say 18,000, and the market is at 18,000, it will buy here and it will sell there. Okay, or vice versa, it will sell here and buy there, so that it's constantly doing nylon. Pretty much it does exactly the same as what it does now. Okay, right now, if you go and put an order in, when that order is filled, what that is somebody on that order gets sent over to Binance, and that order gets filled in Binance, which then fills it on here. Okay, so it does exactly the same thing, but it allows us to have our own order books, of which will allow for us to be able to go the full Monty right the way through on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, etc., 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 allowing us to really push out and build the exchange, and for listings and different things like that, of which is a really big way to build the exchange. We'll be able to push through very quickly too. Another thing, also for projects actually coming and listing with us, it means that we will be able to automatically get them listed on CoinMarketCap and things like that as well, which is what 90% of startup projects really want. Okay, on top of that, IEOs, we will have IEOs that will be built in to the exchange. So projects will be able to run IEOs through the exchange. We will take a fee of what is raised, not of what is we will take a fee of what is raised, not an upfront fee, making it obviously very strong, good for what's the word, what's appealing for project founders to obviously come to us. It will have a built-in referral plan system. Okay, and this referral plan system is going to work. Every Bloom actually flagged up something that was quite good in the way that it works. The referral commission is actually paid within the currency of which it is being purchased in, so that in its own respect will be very strong. It will probably have, well, founders will be able to have up to 10 levels of commission as well. So like it will be union level, but it will be up to 10 levels in a tree. So not like a matrix, but referrals. So in the family tree, up to 10 levels, of which for marketers will be, why promote Eureka X? Because that is the link. Your referral link for Eureka X means that if they purchase anything in any IEO, you're going to get commission. If they do any trade, you're going to get commission. It is a really big way for why promote Eureka X. Every time somebody promotes Eureka X, it brings more people to it, which brings more eyes, which brings more volume, which brings more liquidity, which ultimately pushes up and then brings in more projects, of which then pretty much goes around exactly that same circle. Every project that obviously that comes on goes out and has promotion done through it, of which draws in all of the users into Eureka X also. So yeah, that's pretty much the idea for that. Naturally as well, the company can actually make money on all of those trades as well. So if there is a difference in price between what is put by somebody buying on ours and the difference of what there is on the other exchanges, it will always give the the best and closest. But if there is any difference, then obviously the company actually make money from arbitrage as well from that too. So that not only is the company making from fees, but the company can make from arbitrage trades too, of which is a win-win all round. Okay, before I move on from that aspect, hit me with questions regarding that. I'm sure you've got a few, and let me know what you think of that before I continue. And again,
no questions there.
Yeah, no questions. And again, tell me, and again, say we're crazy if we think we're crazy too.
Oh well. No questions?
All right, no questions.
Oh, that sounds really cool, you two crazy cats.
all right.
It must be Danny. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, basically what it means is that we're able to build Eureka X as a single brand, pushing it forward within the exchange industry and being able to list up on CoinMarketCap, while at the same time still being able to show high volume because of the bot trading that will be going in between. Obviously, we will have bots connected as well that will be doing arbitrage standardly as well, of which they will be using as almost like a middle hub. They will be using Eureka X as well, which means that will build the volume, which will actually be seen on CoinMarketCap. So it will actually be having the appeal of which that we want it to have. Just bought some IPX, can't wait for all the developments. Yeah, I mean, guys, obviously based on what has just been said, buying the IPX at the very low prices now wouldn't exactly be a bad idea. All right, I'll what 100 sats at the minute is well 50 sats, give or take. 50 sats at the minute is about a cent in it. So
price is 4 sats.
Yeah, so at the minute it's
What
about 4 cents, and I can always guarantee.
Sats.
I think when it goes to about 0.04 of a cent at the minute. Right now it's about 1/10 of a cent, and I can always guarantee you, I think when it goes in towards the token sale, it'll be probably about a cent will be a like starting mark. So yeah, there's a lot to be taken from that already. Lots and lots. So okay, Q&A. We got some questions.
Yes.
How much information to digest actually, or too much information to digest actually? Yeah, there's a lot of information. Obviously, you can go over there. This is recorded, so you'll be able to go through it as well too. Right. Oriana, thank you. That's a really, really good question, because it actually leads me to the other reason for why we are doing it. Because of having the multiple order books means that we actually have to be feeding. And I'm going to explain it in a little bit of layman's technical kind of perspective. For all of the pairs that we have, that Binance has, we have to be relaying all of that information that they are doing. We have to be relaying that to our exchange and then communicating backwards as well. Exactly the same for OKX, exactly the same for exactly the same for PIT-BTC. Okay, when we had the free, it's a masses and masses of data. Now, to put all of that into charts again means that then you are taking all of that masses of data and you are refining it down even more. It's something that we have tried, and the servers struggle big time, and we've tried it with very, very big servers. So to cut a long story short and answer your question, yes, the design work and everything is going to be completely redone for the exchange. We've already got front-end developers that are doing the design work ready to be implicated into it. It will have a much smoother interface. The charts, yes, there will be the 1 second chart. If we can get it down that low, I'm still pushing on them to do that, but hopefully will. But there will definitely be 3 second, 5 second, 30 second, 1 minute, and then going up through the different time zones. Probably a selection of about 8 or 9 different time zones to be able to tune, to be able to choose from for the candlesticks and things like that. And that again is one of the, having the multiple order books. If I'm 100% honest, having the multiple order books has been, it is a fantastic idea in theory. It is a fantastic idea in principle, and with a lot of users on an exchange, it would work very, very well. But for the EurecaX's current status and for current standing, it has been quite restraining, of which pretty much we're going to be taking those restraints off, and it's going to, the exchange will look completely different, have all of the user-friendly aspects that everybody's wanted, and still be able to provide all of that liquidity. Yeah, and if another project comes along and wants to list, then we are able obviously to connect our bots directly with any other exchange they're already listed upon, which means that we can pretty much guarantee them and our users liquidity from point one, liquidity right away from the beginning. All sounds really exciting. Really appreciate your honest approach of explaining exactly how it is. I always will do it in as honest, and go through absolutely everything in pure honesty, even if it's not what people want to hear all of the time. I will always give exactly as it is. All sounds. Oh, all done that one. Hello, Darren. You are doing great. Thank you. Are you confident we are going right back to price of 15 cents to 25 cents in February? Yeah, mate, I'm very, very confident. We're gonna 15 cents to 25 cents. We are gonna hit target in February or before, but by time we're gonna get there. One more question. Any new updates and use case about CBT? CBT, Mark, do you want to talk about CBT?
Yeah, sure. Chatterbox.
Yeah.
Chatterbox. That's something I'm going to take on as well. So Darren approached me to look at it. Right now, I've been very, very busy with Impulse X Passive, of course. But when things are a bit more relaxed, I can focus also on CBT, on Chatterbox, and then we will promote it and also add some nice things to it. So in the not so distant future, in the near future, we will actually have some new updates about Chatterbox and CBT. So you're muted, Darren.
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
Right, and another thing, obviously, to cover for CBT is use case. Obviously, within Chatbox as well, but it's a good point actually that was brought up, because Chatbox will also become another use case for IPX as well, as discussed for the advertising and things like that. So yeah, Chatbox in itself is a fantastic platform. We've got the apps and everything that will be ready to rock and roll. I already have said it on numerous videos, if I'm completely honest. It's all about the size of the growth of the community. And the reason that I've asked Mark, if I'm completely honest, is because I don't have the Chatbox has masses and masses and masses of potential that it absolutely does. But if I'm honest, I would split myself too much in trying to push that forward. So I've asked, obviously, Mark to push that one forward. It comes under Impulse X, which is to everybody's benefit anyway. So it's a beauty. It's a beauty. All right. Any timeline for Eureka X facelift? Hopefully not that long, to be honest. We're within the 2-month time frame that I said for the technical aspects and everything like that. We're ready to go. Is there a plan for staking ERP like Probit has to reduce the trading fees, or having discounts on new coins entering the exchange? Right, having discounts on new coins entering the exchange is it's a trick based on IEO. So like at that present time, it's giving you a reduction of something that doesn't currently have its value. So it's not really giving you much. It's not really that great a thing, if I'm honest. But for staking like Probit, no, like what Probit does is, because Probit token is a token, and it cannot be mined directly by the Probit holders. Unlike tokens will be able to be on Eureka platform, on Eureka blockchain. What it basically does is it's just using free supply to give people as like a staking reward, which is okay, but it just increases the supply, increases, which at that point for Probit, I can't say is something that I think is particularly a good thing. And I mean, for ERK, the point I'm trying to make is, for ERK, we don't need to do it, because ERK is already stakeable. The blockchain is already stakeable in its own right. So no, it's not something that we would do within the exchange, because there's no need for it really. And obviously all of ERK is already in circulation. So I don't have a honeypot that's got millions, tens of millions of ERK right there ready to just be able to give away, quite literally, for the benefit of it. do you think KYC puts a lot of people off using exchange? Like, KYC rules are also going to change for the exchange, so you'll be able to withdraw up to probably about 12 or $14,000. I need to double check that with legal as well, but 12 to $14,000 you will be able to withdraw without having KYC. That's daily limit. Anything above that will require, and also I think it's something like you'll be able to withdraw. I think it's something like $200,000 worth of crypto per month without KYC. Those two rules overgoing each other probably won't actually affect the average person, so to speak. So that's something else that is of great benefit to us in actually going the way that we are going and moving away from the multiple order books. The main reason for the multiple order books is obviously in compliance with said exchanges that require us to do so in order to use their order book, which then they don't let us list in CoinMarketCap for having in there in the first place. But I won't go on too much about that. We play by the rules. Let's put it that way, guys. Yeah. So, Darren, one quick question: what makes you so confident about February target when currently it's fallen very low and virtually no volume? I'm a big supporter and just want your thoughts. Okay, absolutely. Okay, yes, ERK is falling. And it's falling. And yes, naturally, that's caused quite a bit of FUD and FUDders in the market, let's say. I can tell you that behind the scenes, there's quite a lot actually being planned. There's a lot of leaders that are all being set up. They are all in place. A lot of them are starting to build out and build their communities ready to go. Something that obviously came from the last pump was that the market basically wasn't ready. The pump came through. It was very exciting. It built a lot of excitement. Boost. But the rate of growth of which was needed within the community to be able to withhold it so quickly was not there. So it went back to the drawing board, as we do. And now I can tell you that there is a lot of work, a tremendous amount of work being done behind the scenes, almost ready to do a Christmas light switch on. The excitement there when everybody's there and waiting around in the cold crowds, and suddenly it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and then everything goes a little bit crazy. Okay. So yeah, I'm very, very confident that we're going to hit goal. May even beat it. But I'm very, very confident that we're going to hit goal. For my reasons why, marketing is definitely one. We do have a system of which will be based around DRK, but we will discuss that a bit closer to the time. Timing for everything at the minute is key. Launch dates for everything are being very, very well scheduled, so as to make sure we have the benefits of both. Mark can obviously tell you, I'm sure as well, with the Chinese community, that it's been growing quite a lot with inside ImpulseX passive.
Yes, a lot. Yeah, I'm actually learning Chinese right now because of all the messages I have to decipher. Yeah. But that's a good thing because they are very active from their offices that they are setting up. And obviously not only ImpulseX but also ERK is on their list to be marketed. So I also am very confident that we will reach this price target in February. It's all a matter of laying the basis right now, and everything will be rolled out in the next few months. So yeah, I completely agree with Darren that price wise it will be great, and also the new use case for IPX and ERK also will benefit from that, and the restyled Eureka X also will bring in a lot of users, of course, and that will also benefit ERK a lot. So I have no doubt that this price in February we will reach it.
I will also say, for those of you that have taken the time to actually come and watch this today as well, for those that do watch the recording and actually listen to it so that you actually hear what I'm about to say, there's quite a big trap as a forewarning that's being set in the market right now. FUD comes with the people that are fudding are also the people that want to offload very, very quickly. It's almost like a car salesman you're going in and you look at the car and you say that looks really nice, and he turns around and says, yeah, but the engine's useless, and then he expects to make a commission he expects to make the sale. It doesn't work that way. And there's a lot of people that are watching, okay, and if there is any belief that the market can go further down, believe me, nobody wants to buy at the top, and there is no panic from outside. Obviously, we see and we know what is to come. So really, it's up to the market to a large degree. If you actually go through the markets and have a look at how much is actually for sale, yeah, the price is very low, but you go through the market and you see just how many coins there are for sale, because there's not that many coins for sale, even in between here and where we were. There's nothing that couldn't be taken in a big swoop, let's say. So yeah, guys, if people want to sell their coins, obviously they have the opportunity to do that. Go ahead, go and put in your price. You want to offload it, then do so. Go and put in your sell order. Make sure that you're there for in case Darren isn't making things up as he goes along. Like, in case he is saying the truth, go and put your sell orders in there. Like, it's all good. But yeah, we're very, very confident, and nobody will know when it's coming except for when it's here. So yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm buying ERK like a madman. Hello, these prices are blessing. Absolutely, they are, mate. It's unbelievable, really, the pricing that people are willing to let it. People are willing to actually sell it. I do think that part of it is from my Eureka club. Obviously, some people getting it and just offloading it for what they can there, and then they lots of people, unfortunately, in this industry cannot even be bothered to take the time to actually look into something, which is fine. It's not our loss, that's for sure. But it creates opportunity. But yeah, if there's coins there to be taken at lower prices, and if you got to think at the minute, for everything that you do in business, in life, especially if it's to do with anything like this, or markets or anything like that, or doing a deal, you have to always put your mind in the opposite person's mind. Okay, so you got to try and think what a buyer is thinking right now. And if a buyer comes along and looks at Telegram groups, sees a little bit of FUD. If the buyer's looking at the order book and is seeing the price, a big buyer will look at that and think, if I buy this now, I'm going to pump the price 300-400%, which is great. I mean, obviously, it means that I'll almost be in profit straight away. Fantastic. But if I just watch this, and if I keep my patience, and whilst the other side are getting more impatient, then I'm going to get even more opportunities. And when I come in and when I do sweep, okay, I won't push the market 300%, 400% just on my own. But what I will do is that I'll get my bags a lot cheaper. And that's it. That's all there is to it, is literally a trap. And those that wish to step into it, they'll step into it. And those that don't, we'll see it on the other side. But yeah, to answer the question, we're going to hit target. Can you recap the use case again for APX moving forward? Thank you. All right, Todd. Mark, I'll let you. I'll let you do that one.
Oh, thanks, Darren. Uh, it's going to be a DeFi. Did I say it right? DeFi. De- DeFi project.
DeFi, mate, DeFi.
DeFi. Okay, yeah.
We'll blame the
Well,
Dutch accent. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry about that. DeFi project. Well, we're gonna have three-part tokens. What's actually going to be the new token there? And that's something. The stable coin.
Yeah, the stable token will be the new one that is to be built.
Yeah, that's going to be a new stable coin. Eureka is going to be used as well in there, and IPX is going to be used as a governing token for the DeFi project. So yes, to recap, IPX is going. The remaining IPX is going into a token sale. Firstly, we will delist IPX, of course, from Eureka X. Token sale. Price is going to be determined yet. And after that, we will list IPX probably again, and hopefully on many more exchanges as well. So for the people already holding IPX, this is going to be an opportunity to make interest. Yeah, from holding IPX in the future, from the DeFi project, from all the transactions going on. So in a nutshell, that is what the use case is going to be. Do you have any additions, Darren?
For IPX, use case will be inside Chatbox. Use case will be for
Awesome.
obviously the DeFi aspects. It will also be able to use as a form of provisionally, or it will be able to be used as a form of collateral and that as well. It will also has its being backed by the biggest thing I would say, like I said, the biggest thing I would say with regards to use case and the benefits use case wise that it would actually bring us to switching in and out of across with the stable coin and the RK in that aspect of which the DeFi project is what brings. Okay, so yes, as the governor, let's say as the governor, that's the biggest use case. Value wise, all of the different businesses and everything, including Impulse X Passive, which falls underneath the umbrella, the interest and everything that comes off the loans and that as well. Use case, it will also be able to be used as a use case within Chatterbox. Profit wise, will obviously fall from Chatterbox underneath the Impulse umbrella as well. So yeah, really, it's just the idea has probably just grown from I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good thing here. From a little fishing boat to a great big cruise liner, let's say. I think the idea in terms of the potential behind it and what it will actually have to support it has really risen, and the expectations that it now holds and the potential that it has is massive. Okay. What will be with the IPX that we now have on the exchange while the token is delisting? Should we pay it out to the wallet? You don't have to. You can just store it inside the exchange if you want. It will still be there. You'll still be able to withdraw it at any given time. It will still be fully accessible, but it'll just be that the markets aren't open for it. That's all. The only reason as well, guys, is that we say the markets can't be open is because if we're going to put a token sale price, say for example, of 1 cent on a token sale or 2 cents on a token sale or whatever it be, and it's on the exchange, then obviously the exchange is pretty much always going to follow that anyway. So it defeats the object of running the two alongside each other. Yeah, that's about it for right now. If I was to talk about marketing for a little bit based on the arcade, based on obviously everything that you asked, yes, there are numerous offices, and I've probably over the last 4 or 5 days had conference calls with probably 14, maybe 15 different teams. all of which probably 6 or 7 leaders in a team from respective cities. There are meetings that have already been taking place. There is a lot going on, and like I said, after last time, it was clear that it was too quick, and maybe we'll jump the gun a little bit. So this time it is a matter of refueling and refueling and refueling until it's time to not refuel anymore, and until it's time to use up that fuel. But yeah, if anybody asks me, am I confident we're going to reach our goal? Yeah, we're going to reach our goal. Yeah, absolutely. 16 cents, like obviously was put there 15 to 25 cents, I think. 16 cents is the ultimate bottom. Really, I would classify that as a result, but not the result that I really bothered for. However, with that one, I can say, you know, with my Eureka club and everything, that puts everybody back in the green. 20 cents definitely does. 25 cents, everybody's should be considerably up, and we can put one hell of a hard year behind us with some real good profit. Are we going to smash it? Yeah, we're going to smash it. Yeah. I don't barely sleep for nothing, guys. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, I'll just open up the floor then. Me or Mark, if you so buy now, LOL. To buy before it's delisted, I don't think you're going to see it at this price, put it that way. Again, when will IPX be removed? The date? A few days will be on now, so probably after the weekend. Which will, I'll tell you what, yeah, probably after the weekend, pretty much as soon as the presentation decks and everything's ready to go out, then we will delist it when we will delist it as we are starting to actually release content and everything as well. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it open now, guys. Okay, you can ask a direct question for me, or you can ask, no, I'm not, hang on, I have got, what's it? Right. I was going to do it at the beginning of the call, but I've been waiting for an answer from my amazing tech team, which are so amazing at doing the tech that they don't respond to me straight away, it appears. Right, but okay, I got the answer. Later on today, guys, all right, probably over the next 2 hours or 2 hours, give or take, Credit Cleaner token has been listed. Already all of the work and everything is already there for it to do. The markets will open. I will obviously let Hubert know an exact time, and he will be able to announce an exact time for markets to open for that. But Credit Cleaner token will be going live today on Eureka X as well. Yeah, and for Credit Cleaner token, what I will do actually is that to save Mark the next hour and a half of his life, as well, of me going over to explain that one too, I will get Hubert together as well, and probably tomorrow, if it be possible to be set up, then I will go over with Hubert and we will do a live video, and we will go through and we'll do a Q&A and questions and everything regarding Credit Cleaner token too. What I would say though is the Credit Cleaner token ultimately is already backed by a strong business. It's already in a very, very good place. So happy trading, and make the most of it. And if there's any lunatics out there that wish to sell it a bit cheaper, then take advantage. Take advantage. But like I said, I'll go through that with Hubert, and we'll do another call specifically for that. And tomorrow morning, I've even managed to get my haircut because they've just released lockdown, so I can actually go and get my haircut now. Yeah. Right. I missed some of your presentation. Did you speak about the betting project? Yeah, I did. Okay, the video will be released the recording will be released by video. I think it's probably about 15 or 20 minutes in. But yeah, to just give you an overview, yeah, the betting site is pretty much all there. There are some roadblocks to do with the wallet and the smart contract and the integration and communication between the two. That is what the developers are currently stuck on. However, we have got resources working on it. It will get done. As soon as it is, I will give a full update as to regards to launch and how we're going to take that to market. How's the core wallet update coming along? A lot of people very excited about it. Yeah, the core wallet is all going very well as well. Really, for the core wallet and everything, I want to tie it all in together with the fork for other things as well, so that we can just do a soft technical fork. I'm buying the arcade like a madman. These low prices are a blessing. Absolutely. Q&A side. No, done that one. See. All right, guys, I think that's it. We've covered pretty much everything. All right, so I hope that this has answered as many of your questions as possible. Pretty much the overall, if I was to give an overall rundown, IPX use case released. IPX as a company, as a business, as a crypto, has probably just started to take off massively. Like it has all of the reason in the world to do so now as well. On my side, on Eureka side, yeah, we're very, very confident. Don't look at the market day to day. Look at the overall project and look at what everything that is being built, and just think of the Christmas light switch on. Okay. But not Christmas. I'm not saying Christmas. Okay, do not take that. Okay, remember February is the month. Maybe January. Not to say that it couldn't be Christmas, but who knows? Realistically, it's one buyer. One buyer could probably trigger it off at any given minute. However, I'm just saying between now and February. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. But I'm just saying on the day-to-day, guys, don't worry about it. Yes, we're extremely comfortable. Yes, we're very, very comfortable. You can see the amount of things that we've got going on, building around us now. Exchange, I can honestly say I think the exchange is going to grow rapidly throughout this new model. With the IEOs and everything involved as well, the amount of promotions and things that's going to go through, the amount of projects that we actually get come to us with regards to that want to do IEOs, fundraising, etc., things like that as well. The plan is to almost keep a conveyor belt running where we can actually list them as well, help them, support them, really get behind as well. So that's going to really boost everything as well. However, to be honest with you, in terms of when we're going to reach our goal, between you and me, I think we're I think we're ready, but not now. Not now. All right, Mark, I'll let you say any closing words that you got. But yeah, remember, Mark, just before we do, remember, guys, okay, 25%, 25 cents or 16 and 25 cents, that goal is one that's set for the market, so to speak. It's very important I actually explain that my goal, when I get to be able to actually get some of my ERK, is $1. Yeah, so it's a mere stepping stone. Okay, and we're actually rallying up. We're actually building everything to be able to move considerably further. We are not we're not building up to just hit that goal. All right, Mark, over to you, buddy.
All right, Darren, what can I add to this? Yeah, I'm really happy that we have a use case right now for IPX. I'm really excited about the DeFi project. Yeah, I have one more question. Will IPX distribution continue? You mean the staking distribution? No, that will stop because we have a new use case, of course. And yeah, this yeah, really excited. 2021 will be the IPX year. I think all of you should get excited as well, because we will see some nice developments here, and not only for IPX, also for Eureka X, also for Impulse X Passive, and all the projects connected to Eureka, to Polaris. So yeah, thank you very much. Hope to see you soon, and thank you, Darren, for inviting me to this presentation as well.
All right, buddy. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully everybody's got answers to everything that they wanted. And we'll be sure to do another one very soon. Obviously, like I said, presentation decks and everything like that will be made now. And as soon as it's all ready to be shared, the ins and outs will be. All right. Goodbye for now. Look after yourselves, and we'll catch up with you all very, very soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mark. See you in a bit, mate. All right.